Welcome to United by Trucks. Today, well, we got a rust-free donor body for UBTK5, thanks to Mike Howe at How's It Doing Garage. All right, guys, so as you can see, we got the K5, UBTK5's donor body back, and we're at the truck farm. John pushed it up here for just a minute until we figure out when we're gonna do the body swap, but we're pretty pumped at the work that's been done on it. So Mike at How's It Doing Garage, as you've seen, has been doing the rust repair for us, and man, he has killed it. We're gonna drop in right now on him where he's finishing up the rust repair and giving you a little tour of what he's done, and then we're gonna jump back to right here at the truck farm and show you really from our firsthand view, firsthand impression. I did look at this for about 15 seconds a couple of days ago, but I have not really gotten into this and looked at it. So you're gonna get pretty much an initial impression once I turn the camera around. But for now, I'm gonna drop back in to Mike's garage at How's It Doing Garage, and he's gonna show you what he did to UBTK5 to make it rust-free.
What's up, my truck homies? Last few weeks been doing the rust repair on this K5. Finally got it wrapped up today. Got everything all seam sealed and everything like that. Robbie's away on business, so I'm taking the liberty to record this video. John's gonna come pick the truck up here in a little while. Bear with me, I'm recording this with my eye potato. Anyways, I'm gonna pan the camera over, show you some of the work I did, explain some of what happened, and we'll get to it. When me and Robbie talked about doing the rust repair on this truck, we were talking about that rocker over there. We were assuming that rocker was bad, and then a little bit of that floor. Once we got it over here, and me, Robbie, and Rocky tore it all apart away, we quickly realized that there was a ton more rust in here than what was originally anticipated. So we ended up putting whole floor section in the rear of the passenger compartment and a couple more little tiny patches, as you can see in there, to fill in some more rust. And for some reason this patch panel came with this little square cut in it. I don't know why, but anyways, I patched that. Excuse my dirty hands, I've been working. And then the front on the passenger side was also completely toast. It's surprising enough, the rocker, inner and outer rocker, was actually in great shape, and which leads me to believe that somebody might have just left the windows down and parked this thing for a number of years, and just moisture got on the floor and just destroyed it. But this patch panel on this side went pretty good. The patch panel actually wasn't wide enough to go all the way to the transmission tunnel, so there was some more rust over in this area, and I had to remake or make some patch panels to go in there. This area up here fit really good. The driver's side, let's walk around over there. There's my broom. So the driver's side was actually, originally I thought the passenger side was way worse than the driver. Actually, when I got over here and started working on this driver's side, it was actually way worse than the passenger side. The back of the floor wasn't near as bad. Had a couple little spots in there that I patched, no big deal. The back here was all patched. This, I guess you call it the B pillar where the seatbelt goes. I made this panel here. This panel here is actually a panel. And then this section here, this L that goes up into the toe board up here, this is all part of an actual patch panel. But this panel, for some reason, this body line here was actually over like 2 inches too far for some reason. So I actually had to cut that, move it over, and then re-weld it all together, and then section in a little piece here for that gap. This panel here actually goes all the way inside the body, or outside, I guess, because it goes all the way into the engine compartment. It goes all the way down to the body mount area. So this panel right here is actually what holds this A-pillar all together. So when I cut this all off, the whole A-pillar was actually free from the rest of the body of the vehicle. So it was pretty extensive repair going on down in here. Inner rocker was all replaced. Outer rocker was all replaced. We wanted to try and stay away from affecting the patina of the actual quarter panel down here. So we're going to do like a fade on this rocker. Well, not we, somebody else. So normally this area right here is welded to the quarter on these trucks. I couldn't weld it because I didn't want to screw up all this paint out here. So what I did was just kind of seam seal that crack shut and then come in here and reinforce this bottom to help hold this rocker from moving too much. And this seam sealer, I'm not the best seam sealer in the world, but this seam sealer is really flexible, so it shouldn't crack. At least I hope not. If it does crack, we'll just come back in and fix it later. But anyways, this door's got a little dent in it, but the rocker fits really nice under here. Pretty much the extent of the rust repair on the truck. I did go up underneath the truck and do some cleanup and stuff. There's a section of the frame that's in the way on both sides. I can't really get up underneath there to finish seam sealing the bottom and priming the bottom, so when the body comes off we'll take care of all that. Everything come together pretty good. Auto Metal Directed did a pretty good job on them patch panels. The rocker and inner rocker and all that fit pretty good. This job's done, ready to go. Hopefully when Robbie gets back from being out of town, he can check it out and enjoy it. Y'all have a good weekend and stay safe.
All right, guys, so we're back at the truck farm. Rocky's here with me. Y'all didn't even know he was here. Say what's up.
What's up, guys?
We we got matching hoodies on, but who cares? They're UBT hoodies. Anyway, we're gonna check out the rust on this K5, so come with us. So if you'll remember from one of the earlier videos on the rust repair, Mike had to fix a big hole in the footwell there. A lot of this rocker edge here. Man, this looks great. Definitely this whole section, there was a giant hole back here. This whole section had to be replaced. And he's put seam sealer over all the welds, which I think is a cool trick from him being in Michigan, but will also help keep it from rusting again. Man, this thing looks good. If you'll remember, Rocky pulled out all the seating in here and pulled out the bench back there. We still got a piece of a rocker. It actually looks like a whole rocker back here. But the floor turned out really, really great. So no rust repair needed there. But this is the passenger side. These are all new panels from AMD. So that turned out great. And we got to keep the rocker, the original rocker, on the outside here because I wanted all that original paint. We're ultimately going to patch these doors, but that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. But man, he just did a really, really good job. So we're going to end up probably doing some sort of lining on the inside there. And we're going to do it on the inside and on the bottom. And the bottom will probably be that tenable lining. But you can see here, he got the new rocker in, and it is all looking nice. There's this little seam. You can hardly see that there. And obviously we didn't want this completely 100% perfect. I mean, it doesn't have to be because it is a driver and it's patina original paint. But you can see, look how good all that looks. That's a new rocker, inner and outer, which you can't see the inner. But he has got that looking so good. A lot more patchwork ended up having to happen here. So he had to patch all the way up in the footwell there. Ended up having to do the kick here. A lot of that is original there, but you can see all this has been patched and it's really level. Patched in that corner there. Had to patch this as well, just like he did on the other side where the seatbelt bolts in. But man, what a killer job. Mike did exactly what we wanted. And he got the gap as best he could on that rocker, but this door is pretty jacked up. If you see, there's a pretty good dent and crease even in that door. And we're gonna have a PDI guy mess with that as best as possible because I'm not replacing this door. I wanna keep this door, and so I'm going to. just adds to the character and the story, right? But you can see, even in this little part right here, all this is nicely finished off, seam sealed on the outside, on the bottom of the, what would you call it, a rocker box maybe, something like that, but it's basically just where the lip of the floor comes down. But all that looks nice. So really, really excited about pulling this body off and putting it on the UBTK5 chassis. So with all that, I gotta say, big thanks to Mike at Howe's at Doin Garage. Mike has become a critical part of what we do here at UBT, and you're gonna be seeing a whole lot more of him. We're not done. We got stuff to do on the chassis. He's gonna finish up making a cross member for it. We're gonna end up doing air lines and fuel lines and brake lines and doing all sorts of stuff over the next couple of months. Again, we're trying to have this thing done by the end of February. Maybe I hadn't even told y'all that, but we're trying to have this thing done by the end of February and head to Texas in it. And you can probably guess where we're going. Yep, LST, Lonestar Throwdown 2020. So we're really excited about that. We're gonna continue busting our tails to get this thing done. We've got some air management coming. We've got the motor and trans. We're gonna be getting some performance goodies for it and get it in this thing. But probably the next thing we're gonna do, since we're gonna have to wait on our air management, we're working on a deal right now, but it's gonna be probably 30 days before we have it in hand. Well, we don't have 30 days to wait on progress, so we're probably gonna pull this body, go ahead and set it on the chassis, and then we're gonna have to work to run lines and all that with the body on, which is not what we initially wanted to do, but because of the partnership we're entering into, that's just the hand that we're dealt, and we're okay with that, because I think you all are gonna be really excited about what the air management system looks like on this particular build. So with that, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Definitely smash that thumbs up button if you like what you saw today, and leave a comment. Let Mike know that he did a killer job on the rust repair on UBTK5. We'll catch you next time right here on United by Trucks.
Cue the music.